What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Basement Bros Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan. And as you can see, unfortunately, my other half is not here. He's handling some business, but I'm not alone. I'm joined by two very special guests, two very good friends of the show. You already know them. You love them. You know, we got Swaty in the building, and we got our guy, Dan. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Chilling.
Yeah, ain't much. What's up?
As y'all know, Dan is a beat writer for Miami Dolphins and Miami Herald. So make sure you guys check out his stuff. We gonna do all the good stuff at the end of the episode. But NFL season's over with. Week 18 in the books, man. How did y'all feel about this NFL season?
It was kind of wild for
It was great.
It was like, yeah. It was like last year was like the COVID year, but this was like COVID times 10 for real.
Like, every team was rid of COVID.
Yeah, we thought we thought it was gonna be like coasting, and we got like third string backups playing quarterback and playoff type games. But it was definitely a cool season. It was definitely these joints be flying for real, even with 17 games now.
Yeah, for how you feel about it, Swaty?
Yeah, just like he said, it was crazy. Like week to week, you just didn't know what was gonna happen. Like anything was possible. Like it was just crazy. It was great to watch though, but being a fan, it's like, oh man, you never know. Your team could catch COVID, and now y'all out the playoffs. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. It was a wild season, but with the week 18 being in the books and now the wild card round starting this weekend, it's gonna be crazy. But before we get into that, let's start with week 18. The 49ers win over the Rams. Did y'all watch this game?
I think this game was going on when I was covering the Dolphins game, but I was like getting the updates, and I thought the Rams was about to just blow them out, and it's like Stafford and them just folded. Jimmy, I saw the highlights afterward, and Jimmy G was throwing up some ducks. He was on some bull job. I don't know. I don't know. It's like I don't really trust either of these quarterbacks in the playoffs, but Stafford, he not helping his reputation.
It's gonna be
here we go again.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Our Matthew Stafford. Yeah, our Matthew Stafford hater ain't on the episode, so it's gonna be a lot of between me and Swaty. It's gonna be some Matthew Stafford apologists going on. But,
I ain't going for
it. But for people that didn't watch the game, the Rams were up 17-3, and I don't know what happened. The Rams they folded. They let the 49ers get back into it. They couldn't run the ball. The 49ers front four, they just kept going after Matthew Stafford, and they took it into overtime, and Matthew Stafford threw a pick to lose the game 27-24. So I'm starting with you, Swaty, since we the only people that really support Matthew Stafford. Do you trust Matthew Stafford in the playoffs?
Look at this. Look how narratives get started. I'm not even a Matthew Stafford supporter. I just support the trade of him for Jared Goff, and anyone who disagrees with that, I think is a hater. Like, Stafford, and yeah, I trust him. Yeah, he's a gunslinger. He's like Brett Favre light. So you gotta take the good with the bad. Sometimes he's gonna throw for 3-4 touchdowns. But other times he might go pick 6, and he's Brett Favre light. That's what I believe he is. So I trust him because we haven't seen him in the playoffs. Well, we have, but we haven't seen him with McVay in the playoffs. And Cam Akers is coming back. OBJ is getting more into the flow of the offense. Losing Robert Woods was big. So now getting OBJ accustomed to the offense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's getting more accustomed to the offense. So every week he grows, he learns more. So he's grown with Stafford, and he's getting Cam Akers back. Cam Akers had when they won the playoff game last year, he had 176 yards. Jared Goff ain't win that game last season when he was in the playoffs. It was Cam Akers. So if he could get to 90%, because he's coming off ACL or Achilles injury, So we'll see. I trust him. I trust him. I trust him more than Goff. Like they won a playoff game with Goff. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What you think, Dan?
I mean, we're not comparing. I mean, I agree with you. Like you make that trade like 10 times out of 10 whenever you can, but we're not comparing it to. You're not comparing it to. Do you trust Stafford more than you trust Goff? I'm saying do you trust him in general, and you can't tell me based off this like the second half of the season and really the past month, you can't tell me that you trust him. You say, oh, he might throw a pick six, like, oh, like that's just kind of one of those things that happens. Like if you throw a pick six in the playoff, you might be going home. Like you can't be throwing it's bad enough to throw an interception. Yeah, I can't say I trust a quarterback. They might throw a pick six and get me knocked out the playoffs. It's different if it's like you just not putting up numbers and whatever, but you can't like actively be hurting the team. So I'm not saying like he's a very good quarterback. He's probably a top 12 quarterback in the NFL. If they can run up, like you said, they can run the ball with Cam Akers. If the defense can like be the defense like that has been most of the year, yeah, like they'll be straight. It's like, I mean, I'll put it this way: do I trust Matthew Stafford to win me a game? Because this is definitely a better team around him than in Detroit. So I could definitely see him like winning them a game. But could I also see him losing them a game? I could for sure see him throwing like 2 picks, a pick six, and just like stinking up the joint one game. I could definitely see it.
That's fair. Fair.
They've won with them throwing pick sixes in the regular season. So hey, they might be able to overcome.
You playing better teams in the playoffs. You can do that against the Ravens because the Ravens got like 20 guys on IR. You can do that against some of these scrub teams, but you can't do that against the Cowboys, the Packers, the Bucks. You can't do that.
So
and I think one thing that's overlooked. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say one thing that's overlooked is like Matthew Stafford is really good down the stretch. Yes, I say the first interception that he threw after the first 3 quarters was the last game. Throughout the year, he's been really great in the fourth quarter. So if it's a tight game between Rams and Cardinals in that fourth quarter start, Matthew Stafford has been known throughout this season to win you some games down the stretch. So I'm going to say, if Matthew Stafford can just make sure he plays a clean game, I'm going to trust him. But, he's prone to throw you about 2 or 3 picks.
Exactly. You can't.
He's prone to throw you some picks. So it's going to be tough for them to rely on the run game. But then again, they're playing the Cardinals. The Cardinals don't really have the best run defense. So,
yeah.
But the Cardinals are really good on the road. So it's going to be tough, man. It's really a pick-em game for me. It's a pick-em game.
I've tied my wagon to Matthew Stafford. This is crazy.
Man, you gonna send you
over that cliff, fan.
You gonna send you over that cliff?
So it's crazy because Elijah will talk trash to me like I'm a Rams fan. I'm like, yo, I'm not even a Matthew Stafford fan. I just think he's a good quarterback. And you be start talking crazy to me like
he definitely a good quarterback. He's definitely one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. And I feel like if it wasn't obviously if he was in like any other city but Detroit for most of his career, for like early part of his career, he probably get way more credit. I feel like he probably didn't get enough credit because that team was just so bad year in and year out. But again, every once in a while he just be acting funny and he just be throwing it to you.
Yeah.
And again,
I think he has like that hero complex. He thinks he has to do it all himself.
And the crazy thing is
because he used to have to do that all himself when he was in Detroit.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
So he just got to get rid of that.
He's in his own way right now.
Especially if they can run the ball. And it's like, all right, we just need you to make like key plays on third down, hit some big plays every once in a while. Like if they can run the ball, especially like it takes so much pressure off him. Like he doesn't have to do everything and like just force stuff. So I mean, we'll see, but I don't know. It definitely is a pick 'em for that first game.
All right, let's talk about the 49ers. Yeah, that's a fact. But let's talk about them 49ers. The 49ers are going against the Cowboys. They squeezed their way into the playoffs. What chance do y'all give them against the Cowboys? The Cowboys haven't really played that well down the stretch, and that's kind of been the opposite for the 49ers. So who would y'all go with in this matchup?
That's a tough one too, really. I feel like on paper, you would definitely say like the Cowboys have more talent, overall talent, But the Cowboys they've been kind of shaky the past month, and it's like they haven't really beat anybody in a minute. Like they beat the Patriots earlier in the year. It's like if they're not playing an NFC East team, they beating up on all the NFC East teams, and then when they play the Cardinals, when they play some of these better teams, they come up short. So again, they have more talent, but the offense, like Dallas's offense, been kind of iffy. I don't know. I'm not saying this San Francisco team is the same one, like the same one that went to the Super Bowl a couple years back, but they just kind of give me that vibe, like where they can run the ball really, really well. Jimmy G, like, I mean, he's another person that he'll throw it up to you sometimes, but they run the ball really well. They got some of their guys back on defense, like especially like Bosa and them. It's not a pick 'em, but like, I mean, I know people that are picking the 49ers. I don't know if I can go that far, but I would not be surprised at all if they win this game.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way on that one. Like I can't pick the 49ers because the Cowboys are a better team, obviously, but I don't know. Jimmy G clutch, bro. He clutch. He gonna win you some games though.
But he'll also lose you some games. It's like
you lose you some games too. That's a fact.
Like,
That's a
fact. Dallas' defense
fact.
is tough. They got some dudes there. They lead the league.
Michael Parsons. That's why he favorite player.
Yeah, Michael's like that. So it's like if they force Jimmy G to throw like 1 or 2 interceptions, and then they got to play from behind. I mean, that's like a perfect recipe for Dallas. The offense definitely is shaky, but again, they have like more talent. They just overall, like top to bottom, they're a better team, so they should win this game. But it's the Cowboys, so you never know with them.
I don't know. So it's like the 49ers, their secondary is really bad.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have anybody. And the Cowboys, their passing offense is really good. But then on the flip side, like the 49ers have the recipe to like make it far in the playoffs. Like they got the good defense besides that secondary and cornerbacks. And then they could run the ball, control the clock. They got Deebo Samuels doing anything and everything on the field. But I don't think it's going to be an upset. Like if I had to put my money on it, I'd bet on the Cowboys. I take that back though, because if I did put my money on it, I'd bet on the 49ers. Because it's a pick 'em, so I might take underdog, you know what I'm saying? But heart of heart, I know it's the Cowboys. They're gonna win this game. Sad to say.
You sound pretty confident. You at first you didn't sound too confident, and then you kind of talked yourself through it, and you was like, nah, they don't
because it's the like. Yeah, we want to see the Cowboys fold. You think they'll fold? It's the Cowboys. But this team is different. Like, you got Micah Parsons coming after Jimmy Garoppolo. Trayvon Diggs, yes, he's going to give up 1,000 yards, but that one pick he catch might be crucial. So
that's true.
He's a turnover machine. And then you got Dak. He's been shaky lately, but you got CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. Like, they're going to tear up them 49ers D-backs.
If he has time.
I got the Cowboys. I
mean, their O-line, I think their O-line is beat up. And that front four in San Francisco, I think they are. But I think that San Francisco front four is scary. And if he doesn't have time to throw to them receivers, it's going to get bad. Because Zeke is definitely not the same back he was. And they don't have Tony Pollard. So it's going to be hard for them to run.
What happened to Pollard?
I think Pollard he's injured.
Is he?
I thought he was. I mean, I thought he was going to play. I thought he was a little banged
up.
I thought he might play.
He might play. I mean, I heard Skip say that he was about to be like out for the season. So
okay.
I'm not sure if he's going to play.
Yeah, if he can't play, that's big because Zeke.
But I know he hasn't been playing, and they've been playing with Clemens and
Corey Clement.
Zeke. Yeah.
I mean, the thing about Zeke though, he's really good in the passing game. He's transformed into like a fullback. So like, if they only run 4 and they get through, Zeke's a really big dude. See, I'm joking.
That's shameful.
He's really
no.
That's not something.
Y'all playing.
No,
in the pass protection, he's very crucial. Like when those like defenders leak through.
No, you're right.
Zeke is right there. Yeah, to lay that wood on him. Pause. I got the Cowboys, bro.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. It's just funny because Zeke used to be like a premier running back in the league. Like when he came out, he was supposed to be that dude for a while, and now people calling them fullbacks. Like that's kind of wild.
Don't pay running backs, man.
That's a fact, man. They definitely gave him too much money. But man, it's gonna be an interesting matchup. But the first team I want to talk about is the Colts. What happened to the Colts? Because I'm not sure if it was you, Swaty, or if it was Elijah, but I think it was conversations that we had that they might even win their division, and they out the playoffs. Like what? They played the Jaguars. I mean, like I thought that it would be close. I think one of y'all said that they might even win the division, but I thought it would be close. Like it was a 1-game difference, but they lost to the Jaguars in the final game.
I had them winning the division at the beginning of the year. Like when we did our initial picks, I had them, and then they started off slow, and then they caught fire. Like I thought they was gonna go to the Super Bowl the way they was playing.
Yeah.
They had all the makings. They had a defense, the running game, and lost to the Jaguars.
Like what happened?
Carson Wentz. So what you gonna do?
Yeah, Wentz folded. I'm sorry, he folded.
They said he had a quarterback rating of 4. The average is 50, and the highest is 100. In the clinching game, you had a QBR of 4 against the Jaguars. We just put up 50
against
on
one of the against one of the worst teams in the NFL. Forget that they're a divisional opponent. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL.
There was a stat that they haven't won in Jacksonville in like 7 years.
Yeah.
So it's like
true.
So weird stuff happens when you play. But again, they shouldn't.
Yeah, that's so
especially the way they did. Like Jacksonville been playing hard ever since the Urban Meyer stuff. But it was just like, bro, like they had like the easiest of all the teams that like had to win in week 18. They had like the ease, like just beat the Jags. Like that's all you had to do. And they folded. I'm sorry. They folded.
Disappointing loss, man. But the Steelers are in because the Colts lost. The Steelers had a chance to make the playoffs, and they beat Baltimore. That's your team, Dan. What happened in Baltimore?
I mean, it's been like a year-long thing. Like they haven't had Lamar in like a month. They got 25 guys on IR. They had Amazon workers in the secondary. Like it was getting bad, man. Like they was about to call me up to play corner, bro. It was bad. I was watching that game. I was next. I was ready to get my shoulder pads. I was sorry, bro. I was watching that game. That was hard to watch, bro. Like the Ravens defense was like barbecue. Like they can't rush, they can't cover, they can't tackle. And it's like Huntley's a nice player, but like he's not Lamar. Like people was talking about let Lamar go and then sign Huntley to like a small deal and then like use the rest of the. I was like, a lot of people.
Who said that?
You know how Twitter be.
That's crazy.
So,
he's literally a dollar store brand Lamar.
So people, I like Huntley, but he's not Lamar. So it was just like they really just didn't have the dogs anymore. And it's like the Steelers aren't really like that much better. I mean, I can't even say at full strength the Steelers are better than the Ravens. The Ravens just really just ran out of gas, bro. Like they just didn't have the players at the end of the day. And then obviously, I don't know about y'all, but I was watching the Sunday night game and I was like, I don't know about y'all. I'm trying to see the tie because I don't want to watch Ben Roethlisberger in the playoffs. And we came close to getting that tie. Getting that tie. And then
Brandon Staley, he sold, man. I don't know what happened or why he called that timeout.
They still shouldn't have. Nah, I think they was.
I think they really were about to tie
because of where they weren't in field goal range before that last play. So I think that they was about to just like let the clock run out and like just knee it and then be like, all right, we're gonna tie. And then they took the timeout and they was like, oh, we might be able to like get a play in and then like get up close enough to take a field goal. But I don't even care about the timeout. Like the Chargers was like letting them run all over them all game, and then they did that on last play. So I don't even want to like talk about the timeout. They should have tackled him short, and then they wouldn't have been in a position. So I was kind of blown. I wanted to see a tie. So both of them would have got in. But now we got to see Kansas City. Yeah. Now we got to see Kansas City beat up. Like, did you see? Like they were talking to Roethlisberger today, and he pretty much was like, "Yeah, we gonna but we're just gonna have fun. Like,
yeah,
he pretty much said that. He pretty much said that.
Yeah, it's his last season. He don't got no expectations.
Exactly. He just having fun at this point. This is all extra for him.
So. He said, "Yeah, we're probably like 20-point underdogs, so let's just go out there and have fun."
I was like, bro, I can't believe they let this team in the
playoffs. That's the leader of the team. That's the leader of the team. I mean, but yeah, back to the Chargers game. I don't know. It felt like the Chargers had like multiple opportunities where they could have just, made better decisions. That 4th and 2 at their own 18, that was to go for it there. That was a terrible decision. I don't know why Brandon Staley decided to do that, but I felt like their coach lost them that game because Justin Herbert, he was balling that game. He completed 4 straight 4th downs and the touchdown to Mike Williams on double coverage. I mean, that's one of the best throws I've seen in a while. Like that was a really good throw. So I don't know. I wanted to see the Chargers in the playoffs just because I think they're an exciting team to watch. Yeah. I'd much rather watch the Chargers and the Raiders in the playoffs than the Steelers. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think we all
Steelers game is gonna be a beat, bro.
Nobody want to see the Steelers in the playoffs. I'm not even saying that as like no Baltimore, but I'm just saying like nobody wants to watch the Steelers.
The Chiefs are going to destroy the Steelers, bro.
Like, you saw what it was last time. Like I forgot the score. Whatever it was last time, that's
it was 36-10.
Yeah, like that game was over by halftime. Like that's what it's about to be again.
Hey,
I don't know, bro.
I'll never say never.
I'm saying never.
I was on the fence about the first couple games.
You see what the Jaguars just did. It's
the playoffs.
It's different.
Nah, the Colts have Carson Wentz. The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. I don't think they're going like that, bro.
All right.
Nah,
I'll be surprised.
Like that. But what did you think about the Sunday night game?
It was great. I mean, it was a great game, one of the greatest games, but I don't think it was about the tie.
That might have been the game of the year, honestly.
Yeah, for
yeah. Like, there was some good games.
Unless there's yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that might have been like the best game of the regular season, just because like all the playoff implications, like Herbert late in the game, and then obviously like the end of the game stuff. Like that may have been the best game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, Raiders deserved it, man.
That was a good win by the Raiders.
Chargers can't stop the run. That's on them.
That's a fact.
That's literally been their whole season.
Yeah. Now, the formation that they were in before they decided to run the football, it just didn't feel like they were taking their time. That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like they were in a rush to score or in a rush to do anything, or they didn't look like they were like trying to win the game. It just looked like
the Raiders.
It felt like they were about to tie. Yeah, the Raiders. It didn't feel like they were trying to win.
After the game, they said that they said Staley taking a timeout changed what they wanted to do. I don't know. They didn't say what they wanted to do before. But they definitely saw the timeout and was like, all right, let's see.
They were probably going to do a run play from that shotgun formation.
Yeah, they were in the shotgun. That's what I'm saying. People talk about a kneel. Like, you don't kneel from the shotgun. So they were about to run the play. That's what I'm saying. They was trying to win.
Go ahead. My fault.
No. That's all I'm saying. They was just trying to win. People just like, we were gonna try to change what we were gonna do. No, you just changed the play. Like you were gonna run regardless. He was in the shot and you was gonna hand it off. He wasn't kneeling. They was going for the win. If it happened to be a tie, it'd have been a tie. But they wasn't kneeling. Wasn't going to try to make it a tie. If I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They deserved it.
I don't know. Yeah, the Chargers just can't stop the run, like you said, and the Raiders deserve to be in. So shout out to them. All right, y'all. For anybody that wants to start a podcast and doesn't know where to start, make sure you check out an app like Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will help you distribute your podcast to other platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So make sure you download the free Anchor app and go to anchor.fm to get started today. NFC wild card matchups: the Bucks versus the Eagles. Like we already talked about it, Cowboys versus the Niners and Rams versus Cardinals. The only game we didn't talk about the Bucks and the Eagles. So, what do y'all think about this game? The faithful Eagles fan is out
I was about
right
to
now.
say,
So.
I'm gonna have.
What is there to talk about?
Take this spot.
I mean, do you?
It's like,
you
nah.
don't
What if
give
they
them a
win?
chance at all? I was about to say you don't give them a chance at all. We
No.
was close last year. You never know.
I think it's
The
it's
Bucks.
gonna be a close game. I just got a feeling.
The Bucks going through a lot right now. They got a lot of turmoil.
They got a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
They got I got a feeling it's gonna be a close game. Like late, like in the fourth quarter, it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
Because the thing is,
go ahead.
We was talking about before with the 49ers, like we got a team that can run the ball real well. They like if the Eagles aren't, I mean, the best running game. I mean, I think the Eagles are the top running team in the NFL.
Number one.
So they run the ball really, really well. The defense is solid. I mean, I don't watch the Eagles too much, but I think the defense is solid. They got some guys up front who can pressure. And again, the Bucks just got too many. Like if the Bucks can like get to the championship, the NFC Championship game, then I give them like a real shot. And I think still think the Bucks are gonna win this game right now. But they got a lot of injuries. Like the top running backs out, the top two wide receivers are out. It's just like Evans and Gronk. That's pretty much it. I think it's gonna be a close game. I really do.
The thing is, we done seen Brady do it with less.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say. He ain't never had no Mike Evans, boy.
We done seen him do it with less. All he had was Gronk in New England, so that's all he needed.
Yeah, but I'm saying it from the beginning of the year, he had Leonard Fournette, what's it called, Rojo, Ronald Jones. He had AB, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and like yeah, all those dudes. So like, think about how many guys have like left the team or whatever. Like it's definitely fewer guys than he's got right now. So I think I really do think it's gonna be a close game.
He'll be all right.
No, he don't got no chance.
To the Eagles?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you. I think the Bucks are gonna win this game. I mean, but to say they have no chance, and I'm not gonna say they have no chance, just because the like Dan said, the Eagles can run the football, and that's the best remedy against any good offense to just keep them off the field. So, I mean, I think is Miles Sanders. Do y'all know if Miles Sanders is still injured? Because if he's injured, then I don't know.
Yeah, man, he's been injured. He's been injured pretty much the whole season. I think he had like an ankle, something with his ankle. So yeah, I mean,
if he's out, then I don't know. I don't know.
Even the Bucks have a lot of injuries. The Bucks got a lot of injuries, even on defense too.
Is Vita Vea playing?
I would think so. See, that's the thing. I think so.
Ain't nobody running nowhere in the middle. Take it outside. Try your luck outside. And Devin White gonna catch you. Nah, they run defenses. I'm serious.
It is. Oh, you're right. I think the Bucks have the best
Miles Sanders is questionable.
So
Mike Evans is questionable.
That's what I'm saying. But the
is
Bucks
Vita Vea playing?
The Bucks do have the best run defense in the NFL, so it's gonna be a good matchup.
All right then.
Vita Vea is playing.
The Patriots played the Bucks. We tried to run it on them. Vita Vea don't play that. Dude's like 6'6", can run a 4.5. I'm gassing him, but still.
No, I was about to say he ain't that quick, bro. But he quick. He quick though.
How you know?
I guess I don't know. I don't play football, so I don't know. But I don't know. It's gonna be a good weekend. Let's take it to that AFC. Let's start with the Patriots. What's going on in Buffalo? What's gonna happen over there? What's gonna happen Saturday? We're
gonna get the W.
What's gonna happen Saturday night?
It's like, it should be a good game. I'm not gonna hold you. The temperature is gonna be in 0 degrees again, but no wind this time. So we'll see.
If it's a windy game, y'all definitely gonna win.
Nah, it's not a windy game this time, but we'll see. We have a chance.
Not gonna lie, I'm picking y'all to win this game.
You picking the Patriots?
I'm picking the Patriots to beat the Bills.
After what the Patriots just did, you just saw them last week against the Dolphins, right?
Divisional. Not only is it a playoff matchup, it's a divisional matchup. All right, and that's fine. No. Swaty, I told you that y'all was gonna lose to the Dolphins. I told you. You ain't believe me. I told you y'all was gonna lose to them boys.
I didn't.
I just wanted to get that off. That's a
I thought we was definitely gonna go.
For me on the takes.
That's not no take.
That's
not written down. That's not written down.
Come on, all right, man. All right, I'm gonna let it slide. But I'm picking the Patriots to win this game.
Nah, I got the Bills. The Patriots the Patriots remind me of the Dolphins. Like, I cover the Dolphins. The Patriots remind me of the Dolphins a lot, where they have like a really, really good defense, but their offense is just so limited. Like, you really trust Mac Jones to if the Patriots are gonna run for 150, then all right, all bets are off. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So do you really trust Mac Jones to make those throws? Like, you really gonna take Mac Jones over Josh Allen?
I've seen him make the throws that he's needed to make. He's just hit this amazing rookie wall. Like, he just sucks all of a sudden. Like, he can't do anything right.
Maybe he wasn't that great to begin with. I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Nah. I've seen
that's mac and cheese, man.
We destroyed good defenses. So with Mac Jones throwing the ball, I think it's a Josh McDaniels thing.
You really gonna blame Josh? You gonna blame Josh McDaniels? Really?
It's the play call. Like, you come out doing halfback sweeps and.
It's not an explosive offense. Y'all don't got anybody at wide receiver. The running backs are good. The offensive line is good, but Mac.
We've never had anyone at wide receiver.
Exactly. And Mac isn't Brady. Mac isn't Brady. So
we know that.
That is also true.
We've got the strong defense. We've got the run game, but let Mac cook. You have to. That's the only way we're gonna do anything in the playoffs.
You want him to cook. You want him to cook without the run game. That's like not boiling water.
No. You gotta set up the run, but that's where the play calling comes in. You can't be doing halfback sweeps against these fast defenses. Those safeties and linebackers are gonna get to the running back before you get to the line of scrimmage with these halfback sweeps. We got the good offensive line, pound it up the middle, do some zone runs, power runs, do something. But if I see another halfback sweep, bruh, that gets no yards, come on. It's the play calling.
I think the Bills gonna win this game, and it might be one of them like 24-10 joints where it's like it's not really that close. I just don't think. Like, I think that they took that first loss real seriously, and then we saw how they got them up in Foxborough, and it's just like, nah, the Bills, they just got they kind of like that first game was so weird too. Like, we never seen a game like that where it was like that windy. Mac only threw 3 times, and then you saw it. You saw it in the second game, like when he had to throw. Again, the Bills was like, we're not gonna let you run the ball because we know that you're gonna run the ball. And when they couldn't run the ball, Mac could not make the throws he needed to win that game. So again, I think the Bills I think they're gonna take care of it.
They had a good little comeback in that game. What you mean?
They did. No.
Mac threw the ball pretty well.
But I don't think
that's what I'm saying. The play calling in the first half, you doing halfback sweeps when we need a touchdown. You got to. I think play has to get more aggressive in the playoffs. At least has to get more.
I think the funny thing about that game was they got back into the second game. They got back into it by running the ball, but still, Mac wasn't really. He wasn't really making. Yeah, he was kind of iffy in that game. Josh Allen took it to another level. Like, Mac got to take it to another level. And, rookies, like, we only seen a couple rookies come into the postseason the first time and really light it up. So, again, I think I got 24-10. I don't think it's going to be too close.
I think he can take it to another level. His accuracy is different, bro.
Yeah.
All he needs is a little separation and some better play calling.
Well, you're not gonna get that separation. He's not gonna get the separation.
But they top corners out.
Kendrick Bourne been balling.
And the Bills don't have their top corner. Yeah, Tre'Davious White's out.
That's true.
I don't know what other corners they got in Buffalo.
I mean, they beat him up.
Johnson, Tavon Johnson.
We've all watched football enough to stop down Bill Belichick, right? You don't think he held back something in the regular season game?
Yeah, that's true.
I hate when they.
I'm done down. I'm done.
I hate when they say that. They say that every single. They say that every single time. Bill, they said that and they did that joint. They did that. I remember in 2019 when Lamar lit them up. They was like, "Oh, he was holding it back just in case they playing with the playoffs." Stop saying that. They lost. You can just say they lost, man. Say they lost.
Hey, yeah, we lost, but we held something back. Right? Just wait. I'm thinking it's gonna be a weird score, like 24-22 Patriots.
I'm about to pick the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be able to run the ball on them and control the clock. I think Mac Jones is going to play well enough to win the game. I don't think he's going to play terrible.
200 yards, 3 touchdowns.
I think he's going to play well enough to win the game. But I think it's going to be tricky, though. It's going to be a very close game. It's going to be a close game, though. Close. It's not going to be, even if the Bills win, I don't think they're going to blow the Patriots out. I think it's going to be close, like within 3 type game. 3 or 4.
Where the little you got to put the little take meter in there because
you think this is a hot take?
I mean, it's like a mile. It's a mile, man. It's a mile.
You think this is a mile hot take?
I'm putting your take down. 24-10.
The Bills are favored. The Bills are getting whooped.
All right, you right.
The Bill. If it wasn't a team coached by Bill Belichick, nobody would be even discussing this. If it wasn't Bill Belichick that was coaching them, nobody would even be discussing this.
But that's why it should be close because Bill Belichick is coaching them.
Yeah, nah.
We can't play hypotheticals or if Belichick wasn't a coach.
Yeah.
Of course.
Only reason we lost to the Dolphins. Only reason we lost to the Dolphins because we was holding something back for the playoffs.
GG, man. GG, man.
We ain't want everybody to see. Come on.
I mean, after 17 games, after 16 games,
you better hope so.
Back. Come on, man.
You better hope so, because your hot take riding on this one. Because if y'all lose first round, man, that take gonna be trash.
Y'all don't give me no leeway, bro. Come on. Trash. Y'all didn't even. Y'all thought we wasn't even gonna make the playoffs.
Nah, I picked y'all to make the playoffs.
I said they was gonna go to the playoffs. I said they was gonna be a wild card team.
I actually picked
you said they was going to the
AFC
Championship. You said Super Bowl / AFC Championship. Which you really said Super Bowl at first, but we dialed it back.
I said AFC Championship, bro.
You said Super Bowl, but we gonna dial it back to AFC Championship. So, and that's where I think y'all can make it there, though. I think y'all can make it there, but it's gonna be tough.
Oh, here he go. We replaced one hater with another.
Because
if Derrick Henry, if y'all beat the Bills, y'all gonna have to go against the Titans, and if Derrick Henry not back, I think they can beat the Titans.
Well, nah, we'll probably play them. Oh yeah, we will play the Titans. We will play the Titans.
Because I think the Bengals are going. Oh yeah, either way, whoever wins
that game, it was because Pittsburgh. So
unless the Steelers win. You never know.
Which is gonna be wild. That would be wild. But nah. But let's move on to
9,000 favorites to win the Super Bowl.
Who, Steelers?
If you put like $20 on them, you can get you can make like 1,000 or something.
Hey, if the NFL rigs this joint for Big Ben, you gonna win a lot of money, bro. Because there's no way they winning straight up. It's no way. There's no way. They might as well just enjoy that Sunday
Ray
night.
Lewis. Remember Ray Lewis last season? You know they rigged it for him.
Peyton Manning. You know Peyton Manning. They did Cam Newton greasy that night. They damn dirty on that joke. But what y'all think about the Bengals and Raiders? I think this is gonna be a really good game.
I think it's the best game of the wild card round.
It's definitely gonna be a back and forth game.
I think. Yeah, I really don't. I probably just pick the Bengals just because they're at home. I think they're a little hotter, but there's something about the Raiders' defense, like they don't really blitz, but they just got guys like their front four, like we were talking about with San Francisco, and they can just get to you. But I think
they get good pressure.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals.
Crosby is wild.
But I think the Bengals just had way too many playmakers. Like they got Chase, they got Higgins, they got Boyd, they got Mixon. I think they just got too many. Yeah, they just got too many playmakers. I think it's gonna be one of them it could be one of them like 35, 34 games. But they just keep on going back and forth. But it's gonna be a good game for sure. But I'll probably take the Bengals. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders win this game, just because like the Raiders just been kind of surprising everybody. Like nobody really thought they were gonna be here after losing their coach, Henry Ruggs situation, and all that. But I'll still probably take the Bengals.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about you,
Swaty? Bengals 28-17.
Okay. Nice score.
You think they're gonna breeze?
Yeah, it's too many offensive weapons. They could get pressure. Joe Burrow, I know that his offensive line isn't the best, but he could just throw it up to Jamar Chase. But he could just throw it up to Jamar Chase. He come down.
That's cover him.
Yeah,
because he gonna get sacked a couple times. I'm not gonna lie to you, Max. That the edge rusher, Crosby, he's a monster. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, you throw it up. You got Jamar Chase. I don't. There's nobody in that secondary that can guard him 1-on-1, and you can't guard Tyler Boyd 1-on-1. You can't guard any of the receivers 1-on-1. You can try to do zone.
You also got to worry about Mixon running the ball and out the backfield catching.
Yeah, right. They got a high-powered offense, man. So, but I think it's going to be back and forth. I'm not sure about the Bengals defense, how good they are. I haven't really watched a lot of their games, but I think
they're pretty solid. Be able to play. They're a pretty solid group, but I think the Raiders can. I think
above average.
Yeah, but I think the Raiders can still put up some points. Like
I was about to say, do you think? Yeah, okay.
That's why I think it's going to be
Derek Carr's going to put up some points, though. I think Derek Carr's going to put up some points because Derek Carr nice. He is nice.
He's nice, but I think the Bengals defense above average, but they could buckle down. Like in that Kansas City game, they buckled down. Like if you get a couple stops, I think they could stop the Raiders offense. The Raiders offense is Derek Carr is nice, but nah.
We held them to
17 points.
We held them to 15. So
the Raiders, right?
Washington. Yeah. Washington
that's what I'm saying.
Like one of the worst defenses in the league. So
that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't know. I just got the Bengals.
Yeah, I got the Bengals too. I think it's unanimous choice right here. It's a lot of teams need a head coach. A lot of these coaches got fired. We know yesterday Joe Judge just got fired from the Giants. Your coach in Miami just got fired. I think that was a bad fire, but which is the best coaching job? It was a terrible fire. But which is the best coaching job in your opinion? If y'all were a coach, what team would y'all want to coach?
So this might be like a homer bias pick, but I was thinking the Dolphins at first, just because I'll lay it out like this. Dolphins have the most cap space of any team this offseason. They got $74 million. So if you want to trade for a quarterback, you can do that. If you want to throw out a bunch of money, fix the offensive line, fix the offense, you can do that. The defense is ready right now. They got players on every single level. So it's like if you're a defensive-minded coach and you just want to like be like, all right, I can win with the defense right now. You can do that. If you're an offensive-minded coach, you know the defense is straight. And then I don't know if this is true, but the owner, when the owner spoke to us on Monday, he said the head coach is going to decide what we do at quarterback. So I don't know if that's true. That sounds like cap to me, but that's what he said. So if the head coach comes in and says, I don't want Tua, they can get rid of Tua. If he says I want to stick with Tua, then that's what he wants to do. If you're just looking at if you look at Jacksonville has the best young quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. Denver's kind of interesting too because Denver has like $50 million in cap space and they got really all they need is a quarterback and they ready to go. So if Watson is available,
they're like
go ahead.
They're like the Bucks.
Before
Tom Brady went there,
they
have
need
everything else.
Yeah. So if you want to make the trade for Watson and kind of give away a couple draft picks and one young player, you ready to go. I think that the Raiders are honestly a interesting pick too. I mean, it's not a perfect team. Obviously, I think that the defense. I mean, the defense is really good, but the secondary could be a little bit better. But you got like the most veteran. You probably have the best quarterback right now. If you look at all the options now, Derek Carr. So if it's like you just want to go in and be like, all right, I know I can win like 9-10 games with this roster. I just got to tweak it. Yeah, I mean the other one, Chicago, is kind of iffy because Fields. I think he's going to be pretty good, but the roster just isn't there right now. The Giants have a pretty decent roster, but they got no quarterback, and
that's the worst. That's the worst team I see on right here.
Yeah, the Vikings seem like they're kind of in a rebuild.
They're the worst.
Yeah, but it's definitely top 3. I mean, I guess I'll kind of put it like top tier and lower tier. I'll definitely say like Jacksonville, Las Vegas, Denver, and Miami are like the upper tier, and kind of like the bottom tier. Like, if you don't get your first pick, and you just want to be a head coach or whatever, like Chicago, New York, Minnesota, those definitely are kind of like the more bottom tier teams. Even though I think Minnesota has a pretty good roster too, but that seems like a team that's kind of like they just kind of seem like they stuck in neutral and they need to like take a step back,
middle of the pack.
It up. Yeah, they seem like they kind of need to like blow it up and kind of start from scratch again. Like obviously they got some like they got Dalvin Cook and Jefferson and Thielen, but like Kirk, it's just like he just not like you gonna be like 9-8. 8-9, like whenever if you got Kirk, that's just how it is. So they seem like a team that where you kind of gotta like reset and start from scratch.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say that about the Vikings. They just look like they have no direction of where they're gonna go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It feels like they're just stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think the Broncos is probably the number one job right now. Well, depending on if they get Aaron Rodgers, because it seems like they have a really good chance of getting Aaron Rodgers. If they get Aaron Rodgers, that would be obviously the best job.
I got a quick interesting question though. And I didn't think about this until somebody brought it up yesterday. You think that like coaches don't want to go to the AFC West because they know they got to play Patrick Mahomes and they got to play Justin Herbert for the next like 15 years? So like just think about it. Like but just think about it. Like you could go to. I mean, you go to Jacksonville where, like, Tennessee and the Colts are probably the best teams, but, like, they're not, like, perennial powers where, they're going to win, like, 13 games every year. Like, you could compete in the AFC South. I mean, you could go to the NFC East, and it's, like, the only team that kind of has their act together is the Cowboys. You could go to the Giants and be like, all right, if I get it together in a couple years, well, yeah. I never thought about it until somebody brought it up yesterday on Twitter. But it's like, would you really, even if like the Denver Broncos got a good roster or the Raiders got a good roster, would you really want to go to that team and know that like there's better avenues to being successul? You know what I'm saying? Even Miami, like the Patriots, I mean they kind of bounce back, but does anybody think that they're gonna go on like a 20-year run with Mac Jones like they did with Brady? I don't think so.
Yes.
Anyway, the Jets are the Jets, and the Bills are like probably the top dogs, but you can compete in the AFC East. So I think that's an interesting question. Like, would you rather go to like an easier division because you can win quicker?
I think so. I think so.
It sounds like they're running from the smoke.
I was about to say, y'all like, come on, bro. Like,
I mean, you're
not gonna pick a team because you're scared of the Chiefs. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, these dudes be getting fired after 3 years. So I mean, if you can go somewhere where it's like at year 2 you're gonna have like 10 wins, I go there over somewhere where I know, damn, it's gonna be a struggle just to get into the wild card spot. Like, I mean, let's be honest. For the next 15 years, it's gonna be the Chiefs and the Chargers going back and forth. So it's like. If you don't, and the thing really is like, if you look at what happens with most of these like head coaching jobs, it's like if you don't get the quarterback right, you're gonna be out after like 3-4 years anyway. Like look at all these teams like Dolphins. We don't know about Tua. The Vikings, Kirk Cousins is in. Denver got no quarterback. Chicago got a young quarterback. The Giants really don't have a quarterback, and the Jags got like a young quarterback. So it's like most of these teams, it's like the reason why they have the openers is because the quarterback isn't top tier yet. So again. You want to go to a spot where you know that, like, if you get the quarterback right, you could really compete for, like, the next 10 to 15 years. And if you go to the AFC West, I mean, again, you're competing with 2 top 10 quarterbacks I don't know if you put Herbert there yet, but he's on the verge.
He's definitely on the rise.
You competing with 2 top 10 quarterbacks for the next 10 and 15 years. And no division is like a cakewalk. But again, it's a lot tougher in that division as opposed to maybe the AFC South, NFC East, something like that, and AFC East, something like that,
Yeah, but I think the Broncos is such an interesting job because they have the best defense in that division, and I think it's kind of clear.
Yeah.
And I think they, like you said, they have cap room, so I think they'll be able to, even if they don't give Aaron Rodgers, they'll have the ability to get a competent quarterback. If the 49ers decide to let go of Jimmy G, they might be interested in Jimmy G. I know he has injury history, but if he's healthy, he might be able to win you some games, especially with that receiving core. And Melvin Gordon's, he's still a decent back. So I think that's still an interesting job where you can be competitive. And I don't think the Chargers, yes, Justin Herbert's on the rise, but I'm not sure if the Chargers are there yet. Their defense is still a lot to be desired. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to win a lot more games, but because their defense was so not new, their defense was trash. Because their defense was trash, they didn't win enough games. I think that the Broncos is a job where if you can get a competent quarterback in there, you're going to be able to compete with the Chiefs. You might not win the division, but you're definitely going to be able to go into the playoffs and give them a run and be able to beat them sometimes, because I think the Chiefs are undefeated. Well, since Mahomes been there, they've been undefeated in Mile High. If you get a quarterback in there, you might break that streak and you might be able to beat them. So, you know what I'm saying? The Chiefs aren't unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? They're beatable.
They're pretty hard to beat, though.
They're hard to beat. No.
It's funny because this year was like a down year, and they went like 12-5 or whatever. Like, this was a down year for them.
Yeah. They're a great team. They're a great team, but they're beatable. You know what I'm saying? We've seen them lose. Brady's beaten them twice. Yes, it's Brady, but they've lost twice.
You're right.
And Jimmy G almost beat them in the Super Bowl. If he makes that pass to Emmanuel Sanders, we don't know. Jimmy G might have a Super Bowl ring.
That's fair.
So you never know.
He already got Super Bowl rings with the New England Patriots.
Come on, no, we're not talking about. We're talking about his own ring. Not
everybody.
We're talking about his own ring. We're not talking about a ring that Tom Brady gave him.
That was his own ring. He got it fitted and everything.
Yeah, he got it fitted, sitting on that bench. I'm talking about on the field. Talking about his own ring.
Come to the Patriots if you want a ring. But I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. Jaguars is the best coaching job.
Just because
they got the first. You got Trevor Lawrence, and you have the number 1 pick again, and you got cap space. Not as much as the Dolphins, but you still have cap space. And you got James Robinson, and you got Travis Etienne. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the running back from Clemson who got injured.
You got DJ, receiver.
Offensive pieces. Yeah, chart.
Yep.
So you build, you got Josh Allen, right? The deep.
Yeah.
Josh Allen. Miles Jack.
Yep.
Miles Jack.
Yep. So you got some young defenders, some young dogs. Those guys are dogs. So you build through the draft, build through free agency, and get a coach. They competing for 9. They can go 9-8 next year if everything goes right this offseason.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying about being in obviously part of that is because we're in a weaker division. Again, the Colts missed the playoffs. The Titans are a really good team, but they can be beat as well. So, I definitely get that. Obviously, I don't think anybody expect them to make the playoffs this first year, but they definitely underachieve in terms of like Trevor Lawrence didn't really look good for most of that season.
He looked terrible.
They do have some young pieces. So yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's definitely if you want to go to a team with a quarterback that you can't do much better than that unless you go into Las Vegas. You can't really do much better in terms of quarterback than Jacksonville.
They need to get an O-line. If I'm a head coach, first thing I'm getting is an O-line. Gotta protect your quarterback.
Yes,
you can do that with the
tough
first
out
pick.
There in Jacksonville. That's true. That's true.
You could trade the pick, trade down, get more picks.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting what coaches they hire. There's rumors that Jim Harbaugh might come back. I don't know, but there's rumors that he might come back. That would be interesting. And I hope they hire some new people, not just people under Belichick tree. because we've seen those it doesn't really work out because none of them are Belichick.
Yeah,
Brian Flores didn't work out.
Oh yes, it did work out, but he got fired.
He was the one. He was the chosen one.
He was the chosen one,
and then they fired him.
Yeah, but Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, they're both bad.
Hey, Brian Flores need to come back to the Patriots, man.
I think so. I think he might get hired.
I think the Bears already said they want to interview him. He might go to. I think New York would be an interesting fit. I don't know if he would go right after Joe Judge just went there. No, but he's from Brooklyn. He's from.
I'm saying I don't want him. I don't want him to be in the. I don't want him in the job.
Yeah, because he's running from the ground.
He's running from the ground. I don't want him in the division. Nah. Let him go. Let him go to Denver. Let him go to Denver. Get him a good OC.
Yeah, I mean, that was the issue in Miami. He couldn't get a good OC. So, but I mean, he definitely get the defense. I mean, the defense is already straight.
They said it was a lot of coaching struggles. Him and his assistant coaches, he couldn't get him right. He had a lot of turnover.
Yeah, like he went through like 3 offensive coordinators in 4 years. Or I mean, he went. Well, he had 4 because he had one the first year, he had another the second year, and then he had 2 co-offensive coordinators. So he had 4 offensive coordinators in 3 years. He had 3 offensive line coach. He fired the first one after 3 days into training camp. So it was like he just couldn't get it right. And then obviously there was some like internal.
You want everything to be perfect.
I guess so. I mean,
what's perfect that.
He's from the Belichick tree, so he was hard on people. It was kind of tough to work with him, but I still don't think they should have fired him. I mean, when you beat the Patriots, when you sweep the Patriots for the first time in 20 years, when you have your first back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since 2003, I mean, if you're just doing on the field production and results, I mean, you can't. And you got to keep in mind they tanked the first year. They pretty much tanked the first year.
Yeah, they tried to.
Yeah, they tried to tank, and then Florida, low key, I think he was like, all right, he's like, this ain't a good look. He's like, we gotta win some games. So they didn't get the first pick, but they got Tua. If you're going off on field production, you can't do much better given his circumstances in the first 2 years. But I think he'll get picked up somewhere else. He'll join somewhere else, and then it's just a matter of like, can he find the right quarterback and the right offensive coordinator?
I mean, we got both of those things in New England. He could come back, be the deep.
I don't know about the right quarterback.
I think he wanted to be a coach.
To the throne. He could be.
I think he wants to be a coach.
Belichick retired. Yeah, he could be the heir to the throne.
Isn't Belichick's son the D coordinator right now?
Yeah, he just calling plays.
He's the heir to the throne.
I want Flores.
Or Josh McDaniels.
Over my dead body. Brian Flores held the Rams to 3 points in the Super Bowl. Bring him back. I want him.
Nah, that's the reason why he got a job. So he
ain't going back. Yeah, he ain't going.
He's not going back to being no assistant coach, bro.
They always
unless nobody hires
back. Him. Look at Kyle Van Noy.
Unless nobody.
They owe all the Patriots. They always come back.
Players. Oh, Josh McDaniels came.
Coaches. Matt Patricia's there right now.
But nobody's going to hire him.
Yeah, that's why.
He did a terrible job in Detroit.
That's why he went back. You go back when you can't find anything better.
You remember Bill O'Brien? He was doing so badly. He was doing it on purpose because he thought he was going to get fired so he could come back to the Patriots. He thought Bill Belichick was about to retire. They always come back. They want to come back.
Isn't Bill O'Brien in college?
Yeah, he's with Alabama.
Yeah, he the OC for Alabama right now.
Didn't he just lose?
No, but he wanted to come back to the Patriots. He wants to come back. Everybody wants to come back. Just move on, bro. Everybody wants to come back.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, according to Colin Cowherd, Brian Flores wanted Justin Herbert, but the Dolphins wanted Tua. So imagine that. Imagine if Justin Herbert was in Miami.
If he really wanted him, they would have picked him because the GM was like giving him a lot of control in terms of like who they picked, who they got on who they had put on the team, who they got rid of on the team. If they really, because and you gotta also keep in mind like it's not just like the GM makes the final pick, but they're all discussing it. If he really, really, really wanted Herbert, I think they would have picked him. So I don't. I think that's kind of like spin to try to save face because you saw when they was losing games early in the year, it was like it was like Tua. Yeah, for Florida didn't really want Tua. Like that's when it started coming out when he was losing games. We didn't hear that before or whatever. So I don't know if I believe that. I think that's
you heard it here first. Dan said Colin Cap. He's Cap hurt. He said Colin Cap hurt. You heard it here first. But let's move on to the NBA. You know, the kid is back. Clay is back. He played against the Pacers. No, not the Pacers. He played against the Cavs in his first game back. Then they played Memphis. You know, Clay played pretty good in his game back. He had 22 points. Hit a couple threes. So, does Clay's return, you know, make the Warriors just clear favorites, or you know, y'all still kind of skeptical on the Warriors?
Yeah, it's over. I'm sorry, it's over, man.
You think it's over?
You know, I'm a LeBron stan, so it hurts me to say, but it's over, bro.
My man, that.
Like I picked like earlier, like preseason picks.
You know what it is? You know what it is.
Yeah.
No,
it's so
let me fix it.
Preseason, I picked the Lakers to be the number 1 seed and Golden State to be the number 2 seed, and I thought I picked LA to go to the finals, but you know the Lakers suck right now. And I mean, even before Clay came back, like the Warriors look like the Warriors. They got Clay back. I mean, by the time we reach the playoffs, he's going to be like back in the groove. He's going to knock all the rust off. I don't even know when Wiseman is coming back. But when Wiseman comes back, they got another big that can give them 15, 20 minutes. And the thing is, low-key last year was like probably the best thing that could have happened to them because they were like Steph was hurt and they was like just getting destroyed by like everybody was pretty much getting it back from what the Warriors were doing the first couple of years of their run. So you had all these young guys who were like getting 30, 35 minutes of playing time, and they were like getting all that experience. And now that Clay came back, now that Steph is healthy, you still got Draymond. They have so much depth. Like it's back. It's like the old Warriors where they got the starting 5, but then they got like 5 guys that can come off the bench and give you good minutes. So I think definitely, I mean, I know Memphis beat them, and Memphis is like probably like the hottest team in the NBA right now. I think Memphis is going to give everyone a run for their money. But when you get to the playoffs, when you get to the 7-game series, it's like the best players win. Like, I mean, it's just like we saw that last year. Like Giannis was the best player at the end of the day, and he was able to lead his team. Like Steph, Clay, I don't think Clay's ever going to be like what Clay was before. I think he's still like shooting wise, he's probably still going to be there. His game was never really built off athleticism. But the thing is, like, they have they got Wiggins. Like before, Clay was the one that was the top defender. Clay don't have to do that anymore because you can put Wiggins and Draymond on whoever, and Clay can just kind of like chill and get his. So it's a wrap. Like I was watching the opening game against the Lakers, and I saw how much depth they had, and I was like, dang. Clay ain't back. Wiseman ain't back. In like 4 months, it's going to be scary hours. So I know they lost last night, but it's a wrap, man. I'm sorry. it's a wrap.
That's the second person to refer to the Warriors in scary hours. Elijah literally did that last episode. What do you think about the Warriors and Clay coming back, Swaty?
They cool. I mean,
what's your team? Swaty, what's your team? Are you just a LeBron fan?
Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan.
We all Lakers. You know what I'm saying? We all Lakers.
They old, man. They old. They stink. I'm sorry.
Hey,
except for LeBron,
if they could push it, if they could push it to the playoffs, I'm taking them. As long as LeBron and A healthy, I'm taking them. You got LeBron at center.
I can't trust.
Who checking him?
That's the thing. LeBron isn't. See, I love LeBron, bro, but LeBron isn't like this. Isn't like 07 Cavs LeBron. This isn't even like second run Cavs LeBron. Like he can't single-handedly carry a team. Like we saw him literally carry teams to the finals. We saw him carry D-League level players. I don't know who the heck was on that team when Kyrie left. When Kyrie left the Cavs, I don't know who was on that team, but LeBron dragged them to the playoffs, to the finals. He's not at that level. Like he can still put up the numbers, but the impact isn't the same. And I don't trust AD, because I don't even know when he's coming back. And when he comes back, I don't trust that he's going to be in the lineup when it counts. Russ is just like, I just don't know what to say with Russ. Like, I seen him break so many, like, I just don't know. Like, Russ is just not, he's like a net zero. Like, he's going to get the triple doubles, but he's going to turn the ball over so much that it don't matter. So it's literally like LeBron, Malik Monk, and like, shoot, I don't know. Avery Bradley. I mean, and Melo, that's all we got. It's just not going to be enough. Like, they don't play defense well enough to like stop any teams. They don't play offense well enough. I don't even know what they're trying to do on offense at the time. They're going to get into the playoffs, but it's like it's going to be tough. I was looking at because I look at the standings like every night because it's like the Lakers been on like 500 like the whole season, and it's like I don't see
6th to 7th right now, right?
Yeah, I think they might be like one game above the Clippers right now. I think they're like right above the play-in spot. So it's like the Memphis is like 4 right now. So it's like even if they but Memphis is like so much higher than the Lakers. So it's like unless the Lakers are going on a crazy run, it's no way they're gonna get into like the top 4. And it's like if they have to play Memphis, like that's not a good matchup. Like we've seen that. Like they haven't beat Memphis all season. So it's just not a good matchup for them. If they somehow play like Utah, all right, maybe we can get something there. But it's just gonna be tough. And then they don't match up well with any of the top teams. Like they really haven't beat any of the top teams like when it matters, like at full strength.
It hasn't mattered yet. That's the thing you forgot about. It's still the regular season.
Bro, we said this last year.
Mattered.
And then
we definitely did that last
we
year.
Saw this last year.
And then they were up on the Suns right and the 80 went down. Come on.
But that was a different team too. But that was a different team too.
Exactly. And they could have beat the Suns. That's what I'm saying.
Is this year's current Lakers team at full strength better than last year's team at full strength?
I don't know. But I know the one constant. I know the one constant is LeBron.
Big Bron.
So Big Bron. So
playing with him.
This team is worse. They made that Russ trade and they got worse. I'm sorry. They got worse.
I don't know if we got Dennis Schroeder was terrible in the playoffs. LeBron needed someone when AD was down.
We definitely got worse on defense.
We got
worse on defense.
That Schroeder was garbage in the playoffs last year. But are you confident?
And he was their option. And he was.
But I got a question. Are you confident that Russ is going to be like significantly better than Schroeder in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes. I can confidently say. Did you see Schroeder in the playoffs?
He's gonna make more of an impact. At least when we watch the Lakers play, we're going to notice Russ. When I was watching the Lakers, I didn't even know Schroeder was playing.
But my thing is like Schroeder
wasn't doing anything.
Schroeder wasn't doing anything. Russ would be doing stuff. He'll be doing bad stuff. He'll be turning the ball over, like.
But he'll do some good stuff too. We're not all right. Like he turns the ball over, but he scores. He scores. He assists.
But they don't.
And that's all that matters. He passes. His assists are going to matter. And let's be real, the ball's not going to be in Russ's hands in the playoffs. You see, like Russ has the ball a lot during regular season. LeBron is going to take the ball away from him.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Schroeder, they're both on ball guards, but Schroeder can play a little bit. He can play off ball better than Russ. Like if Russ is off the ball, Russ is like non-existent. I mean, he might as well be non-existent on offense. Like Russ isn't really cutting that much. He's not doing too much if he's off ball. He's not a guy. He's not a catch and shoot guy. Like that's what happens with a lot of these guys.
Points.
Yeah, he gave us a donut in the playoffs.
He gave us a donut in the playoffs against the Suns when we needed.
Okay, I got a question for you. What's up? If Schroeder goes 0 for 4 and 2 assists, and then Russ goes 18, 12, and 8, but he has 7 turnovers and is like terrible efficiency, what's the difference?
I'm
gave
just
us 18 points and 12 assists.
W. He can have 20 turnovers. If we win, I do not care. We can't win with our third option scoring 0 points. That's impossible.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I can't.
I don't think it's ever been done.
I can't do the turnovers. I can't do the little bank shots that don't even hit the rim. I can't do it. I cannot do it, bro.
I will.
All right, we can't lie. Like Russ is not one of the funniest basketball
players. To win,
bro. Can they get Ben Simmons
turning the ball? Can they get Ben Simmons? I want to trade Russ for Ben Simmons.
But
we need defenders. We need defenders.
He would be able to defend if we gonna have 2 point guards who can't shoot. I'd rather have the one who can defend any position 1 through 5 and make the ball and push the ball up court.
They should have traded.
And don't miss layups.
If we being for real, they should have made that trade for Buddy Hield because they would have had a shooter. They would have had a shooter.
Nah, I don't like that trade.
Hold on. The Lakers would have had a shooter. They would have had a decent defense. Oh, he's not now. Let me not say that because he's not really a great defender. They would have had a shooter, a scorer, and they would have had more depth right now.
Buddy.
They wouldn't have
who?
If the Lakers traded for Buddy Hield, they wouldn't have had to give away. I mean, the Lakers literally gave away like their entire depth for Russ.
But I don't think scoring is our problem. We're going to be able to score. I think we're going to be able to score. I mean, because
but they don't have consistent shooting. Like outside of Melo and Malik.
I'd rather Malik Monk than Buddy Hield.
Well, they could have had both. They could have had both.
But I don't think either like having Russ or Buddy Hield didn't solve. Like having Buddy Hield doesn't solve our defending problem. Like they're still going to be able to put.
I mean, it's not like Russ is like a great defender. Russ be.
I'm saying either way, it didn't help. I'm saying either way, it wouldn't help. You know what I'm saying? We would still be terrible on defense.
I think they'd be a little better on offense. I think they'd be a little better. They'd be a little more efficient on offense because the thing is, Russ will give you 20, but it'll be off of like 22 shots. So it's like, what's the point? What's the point in giving me 20 if you gotta take 22 shots to get there? Like
you're talking about worst case scenario, Russ. We could do worst case scenario Buddy Hield too, but I'm talking about if Russ is just average in the middle, just average of what Russ can be. I think that gives us a better chance of winning than Dennis Schroeder's average or Buddy Hield's average.
I haven't seen Russ play like 2 weeks straight of like very good basketball. I'm not even saying great. He doesn't need to be
okay.
Yeah.
I have not seen.
But
Russ
it's a 7-game series though. Yeah, he could. Let's say he had 2 or 3 bad games. He's got LeBron and AD. This is different. He's the third option now.
But my thing is, hold on.
Who could pick up?
But my thing is, I don't trust AD to be around. So AD could tweak his ankle, and all of a sudden, you need Russ to be like the number 2 guy. Like it's too many unknowns.
I think he could do that, but that's what I think. That's literally the same blueprint that happened last year in round 1. AD got hurt, and we needed a point guard, a guard that ran with LeBron to step up, and none of them did. And now none of them are here because you got traded because y'all suck. Buy Schroeder, buy KCP. Yeah, Caruso. I regret that. We should have kept Caruso over THT. That's the one mistake we made,
bro.
They got to get rid of him. I'm sorry. I don't know.
No.
I never.
We could only chose one.
Nah, they could have kept both. They would have had to go over the luxury tax or whatever, but they could have kept both.
Yeah, but I never understood what was the big deal about keeping THT. He's
nice.
Like,
he's nice.
He's nice, but he's nice. That's it. He's not no superstar. Why are we holding on to THT so bad?
The thing about him, you know how they used to call players tweeners? He's like a tweener because you don't know what he's like. What is he? Like,
he's not really a point guard.
Is he a small forward? Is he a ball handler? Is he a defender? He's like a jack of all trades kind of, but you can't really box him into one box. And
he ain't been doing nothing. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You seen what Caruso been doing?
Yeah, I don't know. But when THT on though, he on.
Bro, the GM
them high flying dunks.
The GM came up short. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. This is one of the GM's worst. This is one of the GM's worst.
If we'd have kept Caruso, I don't think we're having this conversation.
Yeah, because they got a defender. They got somebody who can play off ball. Like they
can shoot.
He's not a great shooter.
Well, not a great shooter, but he can hit him. He's gonna hit him.
The crazy thing is, he could probably play with Russ. They could probably be starting guards. Him, Russ.
Yeah.
Who put Ariza or Melo or one of the forwards, Wayne Ellington, I guess, at the 3. And
they really don't have like a wing. They don't really have a wing. That's the thing. They don't have a wing defender. Like they don't have somebody they can put on. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying
they really trust the
player of the year, but
yeah.
And Ariza like 36. He's 30. Like come on, 37. Like you really want like it's not Lakers Ariza. Like come on, man. I mean, it's not old Lakers Ariza.
Yeah, there was a video going around about Frank Vogel and Phil Handy talking about, oh yeah, when Ariza comes back, we'll really be able to unleash what we're trying to do. I was like, huh? He's 37.
I will say when Kendrick Nunn comes back, that's another wing player. But my thing is like they're not gonna move the needle. Like I mean, for the most part, the team is here. Like they're an average to above average team. Like Kendrick Nunn not gonna like move the needle tremendously. If AD comes back and AD stop playing like he's 6'2",
it's nice.
LeBron average is different. That's what I'm saying. This might be an average team, but they can go to the finals.
Kendrick Nunn is nice, and you never know. Look, I know we all have problems with AD, but what if? What is the best case scenario? What if AD this whole time was sitting back and watching, like, okay, all right, I'm gonna come back, and this is gonna be my time, and he come back and he start hooping. If AD hooping, we going to the finals, man. I don't care. We going to the finals.
Son him on national television. I was done. He called him little. He said,
"Yeah, Cat called you little. That's a damn shame."
He got Cat acting emotional and whatnot. He got Cat acting like Draymond, bro. This is bad.
I hope I hope they go to the playoffs and we play them.
Oh yeah, we destroying them. No, we beating them. We beating them.
I don't even know if they're gonna be Sacramento tonight, bro. Like it's bad.
All right, let's move on.
You selling us short, man. I don't like this. You saying you came on saying that you like Bron and you down.
I ain't say nothing about Bron. I said the Lakers stink minus LeBron.
Yeah, that's true. But I just saw a report that they're interested in Gary Trent Jr. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, it's cool, but like. It's cool, but like
I don't know how we can get him.
It's not moving the needle. If they get Ben Simmons, if they find a way to get rid of Ben Simmons, I mean to get Ben Simmons, get rid of Russ, and they don't have to give up. Like I mean, I don't know what assets. They don't have any assets. That would move the needle for me.
That would be robbery of the year if we traded Russ for Ben Simmons.
It's not gonna happen.
Robbery of the year. It's not gonna happen.
It's a possibility. It could be like a 3-4 team trade. Somebody wants Russ. Somebody wants Russ. Maybe sell some tickets. I don't know.
Man, I don't think anybody. I don't think any team in the league wants Russ. I don't think any team in the league is like, I take Russ.
Heck no.
Elijah was saying, I'm not sure if he said this to y'all, but Elijah is saying that he would trade Russ for John Wall. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, Houston just had Russ.
that doesn't do anything for anybody.
Contract.
I mean,
they just had.
I think
they traded straight up for them before.
Russ is not.
That does nothing for anyone.
I think the Lakers are a better version of themselves with John Wall over. Yes.
John Wall play competitive basketball in a year.
I mean,
that was my point. I haven't seen John Wall play.
Yeah, that's what I said, a year.
Okay.
For a couple games.
I've been saying this for a while. Even like when they were in their primes. John Wall is like a slightly lesser athletic Russ with like better, like, what's the word I'm looking for? He just has better awareness. He's a less athletic Russ with better awareness. So where you lose the athleticism, you got somebody like Wall. That crazy stuff that Russ be doing sometimes, like Wall does not do that. Wall will be like, all right, I'm gonna pass out because I don't have like Wall has actual awareness where he's just not gonna be acting crazy. Like he's not gonna do the dumb stuff that you just be like, what are you doing? And he doesn't have the athleticism, but and I think that he can play a little. Like I still don't think Wall can really play off ball, but I think in his current version, like if you're not getting the 8 turnovers, like you can work with that. Like it's the turnovers for me. That's what's killing me. Like Russ is never gonna be a super efficient shooter, scorer, but it's like the turnovers. That's where you lose me. Like because then you're just giving away easy points.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm taking Derrick Rose over both of them right now.
I mean,
right.
Russ is not doing it for me. I would take Derrick Rose too. Rose,
like, some real like
Rose
we haven't seen John
Rose
Wall play, and
Derrick Rose can hit a little three. The athleticism isn't what it used to be, but he's a solid starting NBA point guard. Like Russ right now is a solid starting NBA point guard. Like we got to be real with each other. Like Russ does not have the athleticism of his prime. He's regressed as a shooter. And he turns the ball over. Like he doesn't do anything that contributes to winning. Like rebounds don't do anything for me. Like anybody can get rebounds. Like
anybody can get rebounds.
Like what does Russ do? What does Russ?
Anybody can get rebounds.
What does Russ do at a high level that contributes to winning? And you can't say the assist because they cancel.
Push the pace.
Yeah, he pushes the pace at an all-time level. He just doesn't
and then turns the ball over.
He doesn't know how to slow down.
I'm not about to sit here and defend Russell Westbrook, bro. I've already defended.
I'm sorry, I've been trashing on Russ for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
nah, it's all good though, man.
I mean, I watched it with the Wizards last year, but I saw the highs and the lows, so it was like I'm not.
I mean, we just, we both Swaty's Lakers fan. I'm a Bron fan. You're a Bron fan. We just want Bron to get his fifth.
That's all I want.
And Swaty just wants the Lakers to win.
That's all I want.
I just want LeBron to get his fifth.
That's all I want.
And it just seems like nobody.
Russ and AD just being unserious. They don't understand the moment.
Only
it's not a moment yet. We ain't in the playoffs.
Only Malik
on this regular season
playing well right now.
Malik ain't been in the playoffs. I don't know. He taking it serious. Sure. We gonna get to the playoffs. We'll see where the dogs at.
We definitely get in the playoffs. We don't need to be in a play-in tournament though. We definitely need to go in top 6.
There we are.
That little play-in tournament was a little scary last year. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
LeBron was seeing 3 rims and he hit it. Come on, let's go.
LeBron.
I think that I'm not gonna lie. I still think that's cap.
LeBron,
just to make him sound a little cool.
LeBron first ballot cap. He first ballot.
It's definitely cap. What sounds better?
I ain't gonna hate on him though. It sounded tough. We not gonna lie, like it ain't sound tough in the moment. Like dang, he saw 3 rims. You shot that.
I ain't never seen 3 rims. I be shooting on 1 rim. I don't know. That's LeBron.
Is what I'm saying. Outside of the Lakers, what teams do y'all think is like a piece away? Just that 1 piece, or maybe 2 pieces away from being that title contender instead of being considered a playoff contender. I mean, these are just some teams on here. You can name other teams. This is some teams. It's just teams. It's just some teams that need some pieces.
You got the Blazers on here, bruh.
I'm talking about trading. Oh yeah, you're right. I put the Blazers on there because I was thinking about Dame, but you're right. They not a piece away. They a lot of pieces away.
Yeah. I mean, the 76ers got the piece. He just not playing.
Yeah, the Trailblazers represent Dame going somewhere else. Just think about it like that.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks.
Really? Okay. What do they need?
They need a 3-and-D wing. If Luka had a Jaylen Brown type player alongside him,
that's what I was thinking.
They are different. It's a different team. He just needs that. He just needs a consistent defender around him.
Luka has to do too much.
Yeah. Because they have everything else. Jalen Brunson and Tim Hardaway Jr. They're tough pieces. If they could keep Jalen Brunson, that's nice. And if they could keep KP, he iffy. You know what I'm saying? But he's bad.
Yeah, I would.
You have to because of the paycheck. If he was getting paid 15 M's instead of 30, going on 40, nobody bats an eye. But the fact that he's taking up so much cap space is like, you have to play better. We need you. Like, you're taking up $30 million. We need better play from that $30 million. So you have to trade him if you can. But yeah, I just think a piece away.
Okay. What about you, Dan?
I mean, I was thinking like the 76ers, like they got the piece. He just not playing for him. Like I mean, Ben Simmons is not playing for him right now. So I don't know. I can't see like they said they want to trade Ben for like a premium player. Like they got to get like a player of equal value. So I mean, if they can get like
they're not getting it.
If they can get Dame or something like that, then maybe. But I think you're gonna lose a lot. You're gonna lose a lot not having Ben defense. I don't even think the Heat are like a piece away. Like I know they've been talking about Beal coming to them, but like I mean Tyler Hero like really upped his game this year. Like he's like probably gonna be sixth man of the year. And they just been like between like COVID and injury, they just like haven't really had their full squad together. But like if when they get all their like when they get Jimmy, when they get Marquise Morris, when they get all their guys back, like the East is gonna be the Nets, the Heat, and probably the Bulls. All the other squads, I mean the Hawks, they probably are they a piece away? Maybe. I mean they need like a second like bona fide star next to Trey. They probably need like a bona fide like you said like a Jaylen Brown type dude that can defend, can get his own. Like I like Herter, I like Capella, I like what's the other big that they got? What's his name? John Collins. Like, I like those dudes, but like they just not really. They not at that level yet.
They have too many players.
Yeah, it's like they have too many. I mean, I don't want to say too many players, but it's just like they just don't have that second star. Like none of those guys are like stars. So I just
I think that's what he meant. Yeah, I think that's what he meant. He has too many like they have too many role players.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's like Trey. It's Trey and everybody else, and like that team runs through Trey. Like if they don't have Trey, like they back in the lottery. Like it's like Trey kind of like
enough minutes.
Does everything. Yeah.
And not enough minutes to go around. You got. We'll go ahead, my fault.
No. I was saying, they just don't really have. Again, they don't have like a running. Like I know, like John Collins is probably like the second best player, but again, like is John Collins really going to be the second best player on a NBA Finals championship team? Like probably not.
No.
And then the Celtics. I mean, I don't know. They kind of messed everything up. Like they had Kyrie. I mean, they had a squad a couple years back, and they could have traded for AD, and then they didn't. And now they got like Jalen and. They got Jalen and Jason, and I mean that's about it. You know, it's like I like Jason Tatum, but like, is he really like gonna be like your best player on a championship team? It's fringe. Like I don't know. He kind of reminds me of Beal. Like he's gonna get a lot of buckets, but like how much of it is really gonna contribute to winning? So
get Tatum out of there. That's my thing. Get Tatum out of Boston.
You like Tatum?
They need to blow it up. They need a. You said what?
So you can send him to Washington. We'll take him.
We'll take him. I don't know who Boston would want over there, but
we give you a KCP and
that's disgusting. The fact that you just started with KCP is wild. But man, I don't know. Like you said, Boston really messed it up. They had a really nice squad when they were competing with Bron, took them to 7. You know, they really had the potential to be the top dog in the East, but I don't know what happened.
Bro,
and I think they need to blow it up. Honestly, wasn't
there a time where
they're the Vikings of the NBA?
Wasn't there a time where they had Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum? Weren't they all on the same team at one point? And they had Marcus Morris.
They had Al Horford when he was still useful.
I think the biggest loss out of all those guys was Gordon Hayward.
Yeah,
he was pivotal to their success. Like even when he was hurt, you could just see it. When he came back, because he's so versatile. Like he could run the one kind of. He would be like the playmaker, the primary ball handler, and was still a wing on defense. And and you got things on defense too. So the switchability is unmatched. Like you can switch everything. They try to run picks, pick and rolls, pick and pops, anything. Switch everything. That's a big part. Now they don't got a point guard. I have a guard. Marcus Smart ain't it. Dennis Schroeder ain't it. They needed Lonzo Ball, but they missed out on that.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, man. Yeah, I think the Mavericks, like you said, the Mavericks are that one team that needs somebody. I think Luka needs that second star. Luka really needs that second star. because Luka is a monster, and if he can get somebody that run alongside him that can give him some points, because if he has that second superstar and they running to the Clippers again, they're beating the Clippers, and they're gonna be a scary team in the They're gonna be a scary team in the West for sure. But I do want to back up real quick because I had this question in here, but we never got to it. Let's talk about the Grizzlies. Do y'all think the Grizzlies have the chance to be a dark horse title contender in the West? Because they are beating a lot of these good teams. We just can't seem to beat them. They beat the Warriors last night. Do you think that they can surprise some teams in the West?
I think so. I think they're gonna be a tough out. Like honestly, and it looks like they're gonna be in like that 4 seed. So if they get to the 4 seed and they gotta play like the Phoenix or Warriors, like that's gonna be a 7-game series. I mean, you kind of saw it earlier, like last year when I think they lost in 5 to Utah, and it's like, but it was like a tough 5. Like they won the first game, and then they just weren't really ready. But Ja, like he's playing on another level. He's playing on another level right now, and these got a lot of like they have everything. Like they got a great point guard. They got a big man who can do a lot. They got shooters. They got depth. They got multiple people who can defend. Like they got everything. I mean, they just a young team. That's it. If anything, the only reason they'll lose is because like they just haven't really been there yet. So yeah, they definitely gonna be tough. I probably I wouldn't be surprised if they like make a crazy run to like the Western Conference Finals or whatever. But I don't know about like title contender yet.
Okay. I think I think they're going to be one of those teams that, they get out the first round and then they give somebody like the Suns and the Warriors some trouble. If they end up being that, I think they're going to end up being that 4 or 5 seed, and they're going to end up, probably taking the Warriors or Suns maybe to like 5-6 games and really giving them a headache. John Morant might have a really big series. I think he's definitely like going to become one of the best players in the league very soon. So they're gonna be on the lookout. They definitely on the lookout. If they get another player, they're another team that's a piece away. If they get some more playoff experience and they get another piece, they'd be very scary. Very scary team.
Ja is Russ. It's kind of like, I don't want to call him John Wall or whatever, but like I said, he's like Russ with better awareness. Like Ja is like just as athletic as Russ was, he has better awareness. And he can shoot way better than Russ.
Yeah, Russell better awareness. Yeah. That's gonna be the name of the episode. Russell better awareness.
Yeah, he called that better awareness. I'm sick of it.
I mean, I gotta keep it real, man.
Oh man. Oh, okay. All right. Well, last thing before we end it up. Y'all taking Russ and John Wall had their best seasons the same season. So are y'all taking prime John Wall?
No, I'm taking prime. I'm taking prime Russ.
Okay.
Not like I said, because like at their prime, like at their peak, Russ was like he was just so supremely like athletic, and his impact on the game was just so crazy. Like I think that Wall was probably like at their prime, he's probably a little bit better shooter. He could probably hit the mid range a little better. Even though I think Russ was pretty good in the mid range too in his prime, but again, like Russ's impact was just so great. Like, I mean, I would take Russ, but again, Wall that like 20. What year was that? That 2016,
2017.
Like I think Wall was like a 3rd-team All NBA. He was like a really good defender. I think Wall has always been a better defender than Russ. But Russ's impact on the offensive side was just like so next level. Like he literally dragged like probably like one of the worst rosters in the NBA to the playoffs. Like that was some next level stuff, because that's when KD went down or whatever. And even after KD left, like he dragged that roster to the playoffs. So yeah, I'm not a Russ hater. I don't hate Russ. I don't dislike Russ. I do not. He's just not getting it done right now. But at his peak, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
having to think about it.
I'm not a Russ hater.
I like some hate coming.
I'm not a Russ hater, but he's a very, very flawed player. Even in his prime, he was a very, very flawed player. And I thought that he kind of low-key messed up that relationship with Durant. because I think that again, he doesn't have he thinks he's the best player in the world, and it's almost to a fault. Like a lot of players, it's a good thing, but it's like he thinks he's like so great to a fault. Like you got KD to your left, like you should let KD take the lead sometimes. Like KD was like the best player, the second best player in the world for a very long time. Like you should have better awareness to be like, all right, I'm not gonna act so crazy. I'm gonna like try to play through KD and play with KD. Sometimes Russ just like he's so tunnel vision minded that it was to the detriment of his teams. But again, I definitely respect in his prime when he had to like just do it all himself. He definitely put teams on his back, and the impact was crazy. But again, the impact it's not at that level right now because he doesn't shoot as well as he did in his prime, and now he's turning the ball over way more. So it's almost like I said, it's a net zero if you can't shoot efficiently and then you turn the ball
over. Fair points. Very fair points. Fair points. Do you have anything to weigh in this, Swaty?
See, y'all got me looking like I hate Russ, and I'm his stands be crazy on Twitter. So now you got me just talking bad.
He got fans.
Nah, no, the Russ stands. Nah, they crazy. Oh, they are crazy. Like if you tweet about Russ, they be on your head in a minute. Nah.
Yeah, you got people that love Russ. You got people that love Russ, and you got people that hate Russ. There's no in between, bro. There's no in between.
We sitting with a Russ hater right now. What you mean?
Nah, I'm not a Russ hater. I'm not.
Well, all right, but thank you guys for coming on the show, stepping up and filling in. I really appreciate it. You guys can go ahead and just put your @names and where they can find you guys at. Y'all can go ahead, take the floor.
Yeah, man, it's right there. Daniel Oyefusi on Twitter, on Instagram. So Miami Herald, MiamiHerald.com. So.
Yeah, I can follow me on Twitter, EYN SWAT. I'll put it on there next time.
Yeah, the bar is kind of covering. I try to make it smaller so they can see your name.
It's all good.
But like I said, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for listening. You guys can follow all the socials at the bottom of the screen, and come back next time and watch the Basement Bros podcast, man. It's been fun, and we'll see you guys next week.